I guess I might as well unmute and start breathing into my mic. Hello, I'm EDF Toxic. I'm talking really quietly for some reason, I'm not sure why. Okay, anyways, yes, welcome to the stream. It's July 17th, 2-hour track challenge premiere stream today. Which means I'm going to start off with the 2-hour track challenge premiere, and then I do that as sort of a live recording of a video. I treat it as a separate video. And then once I'm done that, I'll shift the stream over to work on the 2-hour album challenge site that I've been working on. But that's coming up. Speaking of 2-hour album challenge, volume 7 is this weekend, so hype for that. Let me grab my earbuds. Right then. Plenty of courage, I see. Anyways, one last drink of water. And then I'll hit... Shit. Yep, earbuds twisted. There it goes. I'll just hit the start button here. Welcome to the 2-hour track challenge premieres for July 1st, 2019. This is something I like to do every week. Find a couple hours to make a song within the time limit, push my creative boundaries, give myself a chance to experiment. And sometimes it comes out with the cool results, so I like to share it with the world a couple weeks later, starting with this premiere here on Twitch. I'll play the song for the first time, and then take a look back at how it was made. Make sure I have a title for it, and then I can make a video so that I can put this up on YouTube and share it just as just the song itself. That said, this is the track that I made on July 1st, 2019. All right. Let's go Yeah, let me just set up that there, and then we can go take a look at how that was made. That was a um, that was a that's a fun one. That I made that on July 1st, which is Canada Day, and I was thinking about doing something about that, but I didn't really know how to channel Canada into a song because there's so much Canadian music, and it's all different. Didn't really know how to isolate just Canada itself, other than writing lyrics about Canada, and I wasn't in the mood to write lyrics that day. So I just made something generic and weird in 2 hours instead. So the song starts out with this little flute intro. That's just because I didn't want it to start off right at the hit of everything else, because I try to not do that in these 2-hour track challenges. This flute comes from the Woodwind and Symphony series. And I just added a bunch of effects to it to get it to sit in the mix properly. Saturator, compressor, bit of EQ, and reverb. But then it breaks out into the first part of the song, which has this main drum rhythm, which is a rather simple rhythm. It's all using Vengeance EDM samples, but I did add a bit crusher on it, just a tiny little bit of bit crushing, just to give it a little bit of a different sound. Here it is without. And then there it is crunched again. Just because I didn't want it to sound like standard EDM drums. It wasn't quite the sound I was looking for there. And there's a bit of compressor on that closed hi-hat too, and the open hi-hat. But other than that, there's an auto pan on the shaker, just to make the shaker a little bit to make it so that it's not just center, not just left, and not just right. I wanted to have it a little bit play around a little bit with the sides, because I enjoy doing that with shakers, but not quite so much that it needs. I didn't quite want to decide where a shaker should go left and where it should go right, so I decided to just throw it on auto pan instead and have a little bit of fun that way. And then there's the bass. I started off with this bass. It's from Primer. I was just messing around in Primer because it had been a while since I've been here, but actually it's been a while since I actually did anything in Centorial, which is where this synth comes from. And even to that point, I'm not very good at making basses, but I figured I'd give it a try. I think it's got kind of a cool rhythm to it. Hey, components, how's it going? But this is also not all that low, so I added in this deep kick, which is something I tend to do quite a bit, just to sometimes fill out the bottom end a little bit more. I'm doing pretty good. Spent most of the day out of the house running errands and getting my hair dyed. So together, I actually can't hear the deep kicks on these earbuds, but helps add a little bit of low end there. And then a flute melody, which was just me noodling around on the keyboard like usual. Yeah, so, and then it gets to the end of this first little part. I have Yorkville monitors. I'm using my earbuds right now. That's why I can't hear it. Yeah, so this part here, I grabbed an uplifter from Vengeance EDM Pack, which does that sound there. And then threw it in at the end of this section. There's a bit of a break, and then this rock section comes in. So there's bass guitar, which I played myself, and wow, apparently I did that in one take. Pretty simple rhythm, just playing the note as fast as I can, I guess. And then the electric guitars, there's one in the left, one in the right, just to add that depth of that stereo depth, because I'm not going to play it exactly the same when I play it twice over. So it's just as this cool depth. They're a tiny little bit different in the left and right. And it actually starts off with I faded in the volume of this, but I just did a single strum and then turned up the volume on the guitar. And then just started playing that rhythm. The rhythm does change a little bit at some points here. Particularly near the end. That's what I was thinking of. And then that, just a long strum, just to bring it back into the next section, which is kind of the ending section. The drums in this middle rock section it's based off the original drum pattern, although there are a few changes. This is just a few things taken out, and I think there's... I can't remember all the changes that I made, but the main pattern wasn't quite fitting in this middle section, so I just made a slightly different pattern, and then at the very end, where the guitar just does those quick little quarter notes. I actually think the bass does too. Yeah. Actually, I think the bass I was just touching a string. But the drums... This section here is a copy of this, except that I took out everything that wasn't right on the quarter notes. Oh, and those last two there. Just so that it synchronizes with that rhythm that I did with the rest of the instruments. And then a downlifter, that sound there, as it goes into the other section again. So we got an uplifter to bring in the rock section, and then a downlifter to get out of the rock section. Somehow I took EDM sounds to introduce, to surround a rock section that doesn't make sense on paper, but you know, I like doing things like that don't make sense on paper. Got this old bassy thing back again, and the flute doing some sort of little melody. Actually, this might have been even copy and paste. The drums are back to their original pattern. I just got a few shots of the electric guitar, just to add a little bit more depth. And it felt like they were kind of missing after doing the rock section, and then coming back to the not so rock section. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you around. I'll see you around is actually this term I was looking for. Later. Have a good life. So yeah, just a few strums of guitar every few bars, kind of as the melody resets, because there's a little melody here, and then a new little melody here. Well, I guess that kind of flows into that one. Talk to somebody who knows music theory better than me. Yeah, and then at the end, the flute just does this last little note. The drums play out for one more loop, and then this right here is just the first beat. Oh, no. Just the first beat of the drum loop, all alone, as the ending. And then, of course, like usual, at the end... Oh, not that. I forgot to actually mention that. There's just a utility class here that has the gain set to fade out, just to drop any sounds that are still ringing out after too long, like that cymbal. And I figure about that point is too long, so that's where I faded it out. And then normal stuff for the rest of this. So the thing I forgot to mention earlier is this send here. I don't use sends very often, but in this case I just found it easier. But when you get to this part here, so that second part, it's like everything cuts out. Like it's doing its goofy little thing here, and then everything cuts out right about there. And I guess it's not quite everything. It's more, it's just, I want to say the drums. And I think I did the guitar, yeah. That's... Yeah, so what I did was the drums goes to sends only, and then I just had it it all goes to send one. Like I said, I don't use sends very often, so I forgot where all the controls were. This 0 means like it's 100% going to sends, or send A, I guess that is, which is deviation. And so is the electric guitar. And that just sends those two into this little effect with the EQ, just a low pass that just slowly ascends there. Just to make that cool effect. And I've done things like this before with by grouping them, and then I just put this on the group, but in this case I didn't want the electric guitar and the drums to be in a group, because that would just mess with my organization style, so I just sent them to ascend instead, and only the electric guitar and drums went to it. This effect did not, as evidenced by the fact that it's still plainly heard as everything else is fading back in. I think that added a lot to the introduction of the second section. Just give it still keeps its tone, I guess, of the song, by the drums being the same patterns, and then mostly the same pattern afterwards. And also this was going on before, and it's still going on throughout until the guitar actually starts playing. And I just think that's a really cool effect to do that in the middle of a song. Something that I've been wanting to do a lot more. So I need a title for this song. And I was listening to it the other day, I came up with this title, Flashing Boulder. I don't know where I got that, but I often have trouble, coming up with titles for these things. So I guess that's a possibility. I'll just listen to it again. See if Flashing Boulder's a good name for this, or if somebody maybe has a better name. Feel free to say so. Actually, I think I know where I got the name Flashing Boulder from. Boulder would be a reference to rock, and flashing would be the kind of the style in in that section, or I guess just flashing between the two different styles. Guess I might as well update this. Flashing Boulder. I'll just write that there for now. I wonder what's causing that. Something here weird. I have no idea. Also can see here there was a bit of sidechain on the kick as well on the bass channel. Make the kick punch through just a little bit on the bass. I think I'm gonna go with Flashing Boulder. It's weird, but it's hard to come up with the titles for these every week. They're bound to turn out weird sometimes. So yeah, let me export this 701 video backing. Then I'll also make a quick thumbnail for this video that I'm this 2-hour track challenge premiere. So set the date again, July 1st. Flashing Boulder. I gotta fix that B, but that'll be another time. Then I just need a screenshot of this. I think I'll take a screenshot around here. Yeah, that should be good. Copy that. Cool, and then I'll just export that. 701. Cool, save that document. Open up the script for, I'll close this now. Don't save. 701 video visualizer script. 2019-07-01. 2019-07-01. 2019-07-01. You'd think for a coder, you'd think I'd automate that already, but no, I haven't. Um, maybe later, within a different project that I'm working on. That's got a lot of work to do before I even start that. So yeah, that is encoding. I just paused it on accident. So that's gonna be the end of this premiere for today. I'm still continuing to make 2-hour track challenges, though I made one on July 11th. It's something weird inspired by some older prog rock stuff, but I don't really do prog rock all that much, so it turned out weird. But I'm going to premiere that on twitch.tv/ADDFtoxic on July 24th, 2019. And time to shift the stream. Before I do that, let me just switch this back to UR22. I'm gonna need some more water soon. I'll just update my stream data first. I guess I can disable that freaking setting. Experimenting with Node. Science and technology. Update. All right. Let me just BRB. Actually, I'll let me exit that. I'll turn on some music here. And I'll go refill my water. Here, let's do Excursions. Maybe I'll start with one. All right, be right back. All right. I am going to... Here, let me... Okay, for some reason the credits thing isn't working, but this is C418. Just so that the credit is out there. Why the fuck am I launching Minecraft? Oh my god. I'm gonna put my earbuds on the thing. I know I'm still on Be Right Back. I'm just trying to open up the project before I show the desktop again, just because it, I think Adam's gonna open my other project by default, and I don't want him to do that right now. So I'll just use this to hide my other project. Select folder. Yeah, it's been so long since I listened to this album. It's so good. Alright, there we go. Taking another chug of water. Right, so, Minecraft, you can hide. So we got, I should open up my notes for this project as well. So the project that I've been working on here is, we have this site for 2-hour album challenge. This coming up, Volume 7 is coming up this Saturday, or this weekend, I mean, this coming weekend. The idea sort of started in Discord, and we just kept it low-key in there, and then Ben Whip put together this this website, just to give some information about it, and also links to the Discord. I thought it was up there, but apparently not anymore. And just some generic links and information about it. So whenever we're telling somebody about the challenge, this is usually where we send them, and then they can oh, here it is. Join the Discord or talk to Ben on Twitter, whichever. But this is a very static site, and it can only be updated by Ben. And we have things like this here that quite often won't get updated right away, just because Ben can't update it from wherever he is when we come up with the need to update these sort of things. Also, I just wanted to have something to experiment with Node.js with. So that's where I started, the other place that I started this project. So if I go to Documents, Node Server, that started up on here. I guess I should, I'll probably fix that first thing. So, I just started working on this project, and clearly it's very basic right now. But there should be a list here too, but I forgot to start the database server. But we can see that, it can tell that Volume 6 is in motion. This is just currently static placeholder stuff. The submission form is built right in here, rather than going to Google Forms in order to do that. There will be many UX advantages to that as well. Like if you have an account, you can, some of these things like artist name and Discord username, that will all be filled in by default. I believe dinner is here for somebody, because I just heard the doorbell. Yeah, so I've been plugging away at figuring out how to make this work properly. And the first thing I'm going to fix is this right here. If you go to, like, if I say /home, then I get the home page. If I don't say anything, it gives me an error, and I realized in bed some night why it's doing that, so I'll just fix that real quick, and database server should be running now, so I can do, oh wait. Yeah, so now the themes load, cool. But that's not what I'm looking at. The back button doesn't work properly. I'll have to look into that. So let's see, where would that be? I just reorganized everything last week to make it a bit cleaner. So frame connection, I think. No, it would be no. Oh yeah, socket content. Content? Load page layout. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. So this is the function to load the page. So whenever you go in here and tell it to load a page, it sends that key up. Server figures out that you want this page loaded. It sends this page back. But in the case of this, it's sending nothing in data at load. And I checked if load exists in data, but I forgot to check if there's actually any data in there, so let me just do that. How do I do a length in JavaScript? I always forget this. Dot length is greater than 0. So if there's actually some proper data there, then it should, or not. Oh, I need to reload the server, that's why. There we go. Yeah, so /home also works. And there was a little bit of a bug there still that themes doesn't load if you don't explicitly specify home. But we'll worry about that later, and this time it didn't work because I have problems with the database connection. So let me just commit that. Check if page key actually had data before using it. So the way that worked is if there is data at load and data at load is something, then use that. If not, use the default, which is home. But actually, I'm going to create another function here. Var default page key is equal to function with no arguments. And right now, it's just going to return home. Default page key. So that should not change the way this works. Oh, the way that works. Cool. But the reason I do that is because later I'm going to add a little bit more logic, because it's going to check the database if there is something currently in motion. If there is, then it goes straight to current. If not, then it goes to home. So that's what that's for. So moved default page key into its own function. Commit. And another thing I discovered last week is that I should be using var here. So let me just make sure I actually am using var all the places that I should, because I'm probably not yet. No, not there. And I'll have to test all this stuff. Make sure it's all working. Wow, those were correct. Fascinating. It's a little bit backwards from what I'm used to, so that's a little bit weird to me. Yeah, that's where I found the problem. This is client side, I think. Yeah, this is all client side. Which that's the next thing I'm going to work on, is cleaning that up, because it's a bit of a mess. But I think that's everything here, so... oh, I should test. Boom. Current, let's go to nothing. That works. That works. That works. Cool. So now I'll just finish that commit. Fixed functions that were missing var in server code. And I'm sure I'll have another commit that that says that too. Right, now I said I was going to clean this. I meant to do a little preliminary research over the week, but I never got a chance. Let's see, what do I got here? Because I got a function, the window on pop state stuff. This is for the way the pages load. Function to load a page, which sends an action. Sends a message over the WebSocket to load the page, and the page loads page, and then it does all that. History push state. See, I'm not sure why I'm seeing those bugs with the back button, because when I press back, oh, that worked. Oh, it's when I try going back to that, I think. Or not. Weird. So if I'm here, then I'm here. Yeah, I pressed back and that went, but it didn't change anything up here, which was really weird. Now forward did nothing. Wait. I think it's something to do with home specifically. So if I press back, the forward button appears. Wait, hang on. Go back here. Go back here. Press back, forward button enables. Press back again. And it correctly goes. Wait, why did it... Let me reload this. Slash home. Back. See, it's gone somewhere for some reason the second time I click back, and I'm not sure why. Let's see if I can inspect that. Oh. So let's see if I can get into this here, in this frame. Connect, yeah, that's the one. So I'll put a breakpoint there. Yeah, breakpoint there. Oh, I bet I know why. Because it's setting this already, and it shouldn't. It should do that down. This is the messy code. Here. Yeah, so when it receives a message that says load page, so it sends a message to load page, and then the socket does its thing with that, and then it sends back a message that also says load page, and that actually has the actual content. So down here is actually where this should go, because at the time that it's loading it here, the message hasn't been sent back yet. That's a little thing that I just keep on forgetting. But of course, page is wait, what the fuck is state? Oh, state is that, right? Title is the same title as it usually is, although I could change that if I want. Yeah, so I just need page, which if I go, that would be this thing here. In the case of load page, content /content/content. Okay, so it's in this file here, which is the one I already had open. Yeah, so here it is: action, load page, content layout. But I'm also going to send back page, which is the _and equals function layout ws. Page. So send. Need to give it page key. Because page key, yeah. So page key will be the default if it, if nothing was sent. Those are all sending nulls. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's really what I want to do. But we'll see. If content in data and page in data. Data at page. Data at page. State title path. Cool. And then set the content here. And then if this is home, then also send the request to get the themes. But you know, that's gonna be cleaned up, I hope. Because I don't want all these little things in here to have to know what to send when home is loaded and whatnot. And I'm hoping to clean it up the same way I did the server side, but we'll see. So yeah, now it should send back the page as well, and then set that instead. Oh, it's okay. It actually put home right in there. So it's actually kind of treated as a redirect, in a way. But it still switches pages properly. Status isn't a thing. Oh, that... When I go back to current, it doesn't go back any farther for some reason. Alright. Well, then let's pull out this trusty inspector again. I can close that now. I don't need that anymore. Sources, frame, connect. Connect, yeah. I already got those breakpoints in place. I want that breakpoint in place as well. So now when I press that, I get the load page thing. Connection send, page is current. Okay, let's keep on going. And then it gets back to here. So data. Oh yeah, data at page is current. So that's all that. Path is slash current. Yeah, I probably should send back the path differently. Yeah, so I'll continue playing that. And then when I press back, that's when it comes into here. So event, original event, state, page home. So yeah, if state, out state, at page, which is home. And then that goes around to this again, and data has home. So now path is slash home. And that is correct. Yeah, play that. Play that. Wonder if it's when I go back twice. So back to current, yes. Load page current. Yeah. And then when I press back again, should go to home, but it's not. Interesting. Right, so it's on pop state, so like I push state here. And from what I can see, it is pushing it all. Which means when I pop it, it should have that. It shouldn't have another current. I don't know why it has another current. Right. I hate when I spill water all over my desk. Okay, just gonna fix... where is it? This here. Actually, I'm gonna put this in its own if statement. Because if that's not there, then I'm just going to send nothing. Because I shouldn't receive it without that at all. So send null ws just go to slash or nothing. But actually, where does this? Oh yeah, okay. So slash data at path. Nope, that won't work. Path key, because I still need it here as well, or else it won't do what I want it to. So path key, just call it path key all throughout. Do I need path key is equal to data at load, and here I'll say copy that from path key. Then I'll change all these to path key so that it's sending it back to path key, which could be nothing. It could be a page name. So restart this. Fuck. So now when I go to nothing, it just gives me a bunch of loading. Weird. What you doing? That shouldn't have broke you. That shouldn't have broke you at all. I bet it sent null. Somehow. Console.log JSON.stringify data. Just put that there in case it's actually nothing. Just so I can see. Restart this. Reload this. Action load page, load nothing. Okay. So that means it should get down here. And the load length is nothing, so console.log page key is page key. Page key home. Okay, so that's right. I can say console.log pages, or JSON.stringify pages does include page key, and this here will be a conditional, so we say it's just copy and paste this if statement basically. So if that's true, then we'll put nothing. If it's false, then we say not. Put the space there instead. Let's see what this says. Oh, unexpected string. That's what it says. Missing a semicolon there. That's better. Pages, which is that array, does include home. Okay. Which means that it should go into here. So I can console.log page is JSON stringify page. If page is layout, yeah, okay, and there is layout there. There really shouldn't have been anything changed in here, so I really don't know what's going on. Let's just skip that line. Console.log. Red file. Error is probably nothing. I hope. I mean, it should be nothing. Content is content. So now if I run that test, it gives me all that. Error is null and content is the correct stuff. If so, that means that it should send content content to WS with path key. So I guess I should see what happens in here. Console.log. You know what, did I ever change this to accept path key? I did, okay. You know what, let me just check if it gets here. Alert, data, JSON stringify, data. I think I deleted that, so yeah. Okay, so data, action, load page, path key is fuck all, which is right. Oh my god, I know what the problem is. Maybe. Oh yeah, there's... I checked if page was in data. And clearly it's not, because it's now called path key. There we go, that was fucking stupid. Okay. Let me remove this alert. Right, so the path is correct. Okay, I wonder though, I should still... I should still send the page key, because that's... I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but that's why... Because it needs to know which scripts to run here, and that's why it's not loading the themes. I'll figure that out in a bit here. First, let me test this problem that I was having. 127... Like, I'm sure this isn't going to fix it, but 127, go there, go back, and then, yeah, it just fucks off, and I don't know why. Oh, wait, I think I know why. Maybe. Yeah, because when you go back... Yeah, that makes sense. Oh god, that's a tricky one. Wait, this is all local, so, Right, so what's happening is, when you go back, it fires this thing, and it just calls the same old load page. Load page goes off, and... sends to get the page contents. Which part of me wonders. Wait, no, of course it needs to do that. Duh. And then that comes back with here. I really don't need this. That comes back here and it pushes the state again. So you pop state, go back to current, and then it pushes onto current again. And then you press back. Yeah, okay, that actually explains very well what's happening. I mean, in my mind it makes sense, so get the fuck out of my face. Let me just open up this thing here. Delete that. Because when you're at slash, and then from there you go to this is not working with the mouse. For the days you pull out a graphics tablet on a programming stream. Right, so you start at home, and then you put on top of that, you push current, and then on top of that you put stats. So when you pop that, you go back to current, but the first thing that happens when you go to current is it puts current on the top. So the top most one is where you are. So when you take that off, it goes back to current, which again redirects you back to, it loads current and pushes it onto the stack again. That explains why I'm getting in a loop. I'll need to adjust my logic a little bit there, is what that means. Ugh. I thought I just saw somebody in chat and there's nobody there. Oh my god, there's water so far all over my desk. I just about fucked up the music too. Right, so right, logic. So if we start here, like I could say, I could put a global variable here to say that it's going back, but that's not, I feel like that's not a great guarantee. Because if there's something slow and you press back and there's like a navigation up here and you click something there, that's still going to be set, which is not what I want. So I wonder, should I... No, this is all... It's a game of juggling variables, right? What variables should be where to make this most efficient without having to pass around too many variables, without having to duplicate too much code all at once. Because right now I'm sort of thinking of having another send, say like this would be load page, and then there would be another one for like back page or something, but I don't want to do that. Because that would mean all this is duplicated, and I don't want that. Actually, you know what I'll do? Is send the content. Here, I'll do this up here. Content, or yeah, okay, so path key data layout to WS. So path key is always first, and then data, which is the same data that just came in, and then content, which goes to layout, and then finally the WS, because I feel like that WS should be right at the very end. So all these need path key and data at the beginning and no path key at the end. Path key data. Oh, that's the path key. Path key data. Right, so then path key gets that. Page is data at page. Okay, right, so if layout is null, then give it a 404. Page if page, just to make sure it's actually here, even though it just checked it, just don't assume that it's the same. Always call it from here. If page in data and data at page, then page is equal to data at page, else page is equal to, let's set null. And I also want to send back actually, maybe that's where I'll do it. If path key in data and data at path key, then I will do the push state. If not, then leave it alone. Which means that path key should be null in the case that it is fresh. Fresh. Okay, so I will need, oh, I forgot this wasn't a node. Function load page again, page, which is essentially going to be the same thing as this, except for one difference, and that is fresh will be false, and here, say fresh is equal to true. Actually, let's say send path key. So now when we're here, send path key is equal to false. Personal preference to do that. They both work the same, and I have a habit of doing it in else. But in some ways, I just prefer to set it first and then and then change it in one condition. It's just a habit from C# where I have to define the function first. Also, this should be var, because fucking Node is backwards from with its globals. So if send path key in data and data at send path key is equal to true, essentially. Then we'll say send path key is equal to true. So now we'll say give a little response variable, which will be essentially this array. Replace it with a semicolon. Great plan. Load page, but delete that. Well, I'll cut it. No, actually, if send path key, then add it on. Response at path key is equal to path key, and then I can remove it from here. So it'll only send back the path key if send path key is set, which really I guess I could not use a variable because it's only ever used once. Also, page is not a. Wait, why is page null? Why is page null? That makes no sense. Why did I do that? Let's just say page. So, oh yeah, and then here I'll need to change this to load page again. So now when we get back here, data path key, and then I'll yeah, I'll worry about that in next commit, just to keep things properly organized in the commits. That didn't work. Crap. Oh, this is YouTube, so I was like, when did I ever write gyroscope? Right, so that didn't load anything at all. Let's see, is there an error in here? Boom! Path key is not defined. Where is boom? Right here. Why is the catch there not there? So that is somewhere within this try block, and it said path key is not defined. That would be why. Ah. Okay, so that loaded. That loads. That loads. That 404s, which is right. I don't need the breakpoint. That loads. That loads. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Yes. That was kind of annoying. Commit. Fixed bug with browser back button only working on one level. Okay, now to fix that little bug that I was pointing out earlier. Simple little thing right here. So I'll say if page in data, and data at page is something, then we'll say page is equal to data at page. So page is equal to null here. And then we'll say page here instead of main content key. And that's just to make it so that I don't think I need that. Well, I do actually. If you don't explicitly say home, well, I mean, it should have listed the theme still. But it did not. So if page is equal to home, inspect. That line there. Analyze that. Data has... Oh, page is null. Why is page null? Oh, you know what? I think it's page key in this array. Oh no, it's load. That's what it is. So you continue loading data. Or continue loading data at load. No. That did not work. Data, page is null. Why is page null again? Still. That's set here. So now let's just say console.log. JSON.stringify data. Restart the server. Reload that. Load nothing. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because it's checking if there's data in there before it actually sets it, which it shouldn't. Because the point of page is that there can be no data in it, versus path key, which there has to be data in it. Actually, you know what? That's not even right. Why am I sending page? I don't need page. Oh, wait, no, page... The page is page key, which is never sent along in here. I meant to send page here because path key is already in data. Okay, I get it. Right, so send nothing for the page here. This should be page. I don't need to create page. I just need to send it back. Response path key. And here I should also check if load in data and data at... Wait, no, just load in data. data at load. So I think that's what I want to do. If I got in here, breakpoint. Refresh that. It does not work. Fuck's sake. Put that breakpoint back. Reload. Data. Oh, wow. How the fuck did I send all that? Oh, right. This should be page key. Right then. Restart that. Try that again. Error during access. Page does not exist. Page does not exists in array. Okay. Oh, there's a blank there. Okay. But still, does not exist. That's not right. Yeah, because there's no page. Which is... Okay, I know why that happened. Because when I send this, this should say... This should be the page itself. Itchy nose. I was not trying to stick my finger up there. Yeah, so I gotta restart this to apply that effect, that change. Hey, it worked. And now if I also go to home, if I also go to home, it works from there as well. Okay. That was a little bit trickier than I had expected. Made themes list show on home. Whether its page key was specified or not. Just one character left allowed in that message. Right. Yeah, that was a lot more than I was expecting to do there. Okay, so I have clean up client side, clean up this file. I have that next on my list, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do that right now just because it's a, not sure I have the brain power for it. So I think instead I'm going to see if I can figure out why the database connection keeps dying. It could very well be something to do with the way I have the server set up. But it seems like whenever I refresh, or whenever I have to load the page again, I get this message here. Connection 44, number 45001, SQL state 08S01, connection closed. Can I copy that? I can. It didn't give me very much, but useful stuff, but, you know, missing, like, everything that's important there. Missing 44. Your server closed the connection for whatever reason. So this is a bug on some random, or an issue, some random issue tracker on GitHub. But it may give me some clues. Server close. This specifically says the server closed the connection. Actually, let me just, instead of searching a bunch of stuff, I'm going to see if I can figure this out with logic by looking at my code. So there's the database connection. When I'm looking at actions here, got my var db equals require that. .db. Right, so I think like this must be some sort of, this must be one use somehow. I'm just trying to think of what I learned about Node so far. If I do module exports, module.exports, just fresh in my memory. Actually, to be fair, I don't even need this here. Then here I just say that. It's a special object included in every JS file in the Node.js application. Module is a variable that represents the current module, and exports is an object that will be exposed as a module. So whatever you assign module exports or exports will be exposed as a module. Yeah, this is all basic stuff. I'm just trying to see like scope stuff. I don't have scope specifically. I might actually have to that still works once, right? Because I noticed that whenever I restart the server, that's when it works again. It's because I reset the connection altogether, I guess. Because that would be... Yeah, so basically this connection is sticking around. And I don't want it to. I did... Oh, because I'm doing db end here, that's closing it. Okay, I think I know how to fix it. Let me just test this for prosperity. Yeah, okay. So, if I put that back, because that should be there. It should absolutely be there. But if I take that and put it in here instead, because up here, it's being declared far too soon. It's being declared more globally than just in this function. But it's being ended in this function. That's my theory. I'm sticking with it. Let's see how well this works. No. Okay, let me look that up. MariaDB.create connection. Callback API. Create connection options. This method returns a connection object. So this is what I have called DB. Connection.batch, connect, rollback change, ping end. So I feel like if I create a connection here, it should send an object back, and then when you create a connection the next time you start this, then it would I didn't want that. Create a new object. Would that even be the best way to go? Then how else would we know to end this? You know, let me try something here. Exports is equal to this object. And then I'll say var db equals, we create a connection with the object that is actually, let's put this back up here again. Var db info is equal to that. So then db info here. So start it, reload here again. Oh, okay, so that's working better. So it must be where I was doing the create connection. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm fine with that then. So if I go to go here again, just like playing around here, go back, works. If I, oh right, it was more, yeah, say home, could go do that, and it's all working, okay. So I will commit that then. Fixed database connection dying every time page loads anew. Alright. Feeling good about myself for that one, so maybe I'll see if I can search a little bit more. A community event. It just says IP. For some reason, that's really weird. Let's see here. Break client side JavaScript into multiple files. Oh right, I guess what I'm looking for is a dynamically load JavaScript. Dynamically load JS inside JS. Duplicate. How to include a JavaScript file in another JavaScript file. Okay, so this is jQuery Ajax. So on success, you get the callback. Type of some object. What? This guy's name is just Blender. Yeah, there are a lot of answers on this thing. But since 2015, JavaScript has ES6 module standards to import modules in Node.js, which is also supported by most modern browsers. Compatibility with older browsers. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what is this? v8.dev? That's what that redirects me to? Interesting. I need water. Okay, what is MJS? Module JavaScript, probably. Dynamic import introduces a new function-like form of import that caters to those. Logs doing stuff. Script type equals module. So this imports star as module from here. So I got an export, and this also just seems like JavaScript. Okay. This is somewhat of a big job to break this up. probably start with creating a folder. And putting all my new files in here. So load page can go there instead. I don't know. Because I'll need that var connection there as well. I'm trying to think, like, var connection, would that... Oops. See, the thing is, I want the var connection needs to be before load page, but all this, the connection basics needs to be after load page. I think variable.js. Let's just for proof of concept shit. And then this here. Will all go into connection.js. So this file is empty right now, so I'll just delete that. And then I'll need to change somewhere. I have this right here, assets, frame variable. That's at client variable.js. I have two more of these. Frame.load page. Frame/load page. Frame/connection. And again, I'm just testing random shit out here. So now if I go to home and include, or wait, the frame, that's what it is. Add variable and load page and connection. So now if I restart the server. Okay, so that did work. So the variable did live on through all three of both of those other files. It just feels weird having this file with just that. But I think the way this would work is if I were to move this over to connection instead. Oh, that does still work. Interesting. It works in Edge too. Interesting. So I thought the variable needed to be defined first. No, doesn't it? How is this working? Right, so let me, actually I'm gonna rename this file. Maybe. F2 should rename. This should be navigation. And I'll rename that here as well. I mean, I have to rename it there. Oh, you know why? It's because none of these actually happen until the variable's been defined in here. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can use that to my advantage. So I'll delete this file then. I will delete this file then. Remove it from here as well. The connection is still a bit of a clusterfuck right now, but part of the goal is to clean that up a bit. Oop, that's my cord. Actually, I'll create another file here called initialize.js, and I'll put it at frame initialize. Client initialize, it's type JavaScript. Yeah, this should be initialize. And initialize will have the document ready. Function, which is currently right here. Oh, and I guess I should add that to frame as well. Oh, I still have this here. Right, so initialize will go last. That way, you know, it loads the functions in that are in here, and then it can call them. So document ready, initialize, yeah, we'll do that. And then it will how much of this does it want? Because it should pass most of this off to the connection file. This is the connection file. I'm just looking to see, this should be a function. Function, let's say, initialize socket. Actually, it's just initialize. No, initialize socket. Yeah, so this makes sense to be in with the socket, as does that. Actually, you know what? Load page. Should really create a new function here. Show load. What would I call that? Because I want it to accept the page and the send path key. And then essentially just do this, except with this as send path key. So then we can show load page, what was that, true here. Show load page, false. Just so that when I add this little bit of code here, which eventually I will make that look better as well. You know, that's common to both of those. So it's just a little bit less duplication of code that I didn't realize that I would need when I made those earlier. So connection on open is equal to function, and at that point you'll just load the main content key, which the main content key does not exist. Right. Actually, I'm going to call this initialize connection. How often is main content key actually referred to now? Just that once. Okay, so I'll just pull this straight from the page like that. So when the connection is opened, it will run a load page on main content key. When the connection has an error, it will set the main content to be beep boop beep boop alarm alarm alarm. And when the connection receives a message, okay, so this is where I want to break things down. So connection, open connection is this. Open connection. Connection on error. Function connection error. Error. Oh. And I'm sure I'll make something a bit nicer there later, but not yet. So now I can put that to be connection error. Pass in error. Actually, I don't think I need these. Do I? I should actually probably make this a class. So let me remind myself how to make a class by pulling up the notes of my other project. That would be in here, then in this folder, and that file right there. Ah, okay. So, var connection handler. Actually, yeah, var connection is equal to that. And then I'd say... Right, okay, so open... This is just so that I can make these names a little bit better. Open is a function like that. Error is a function like this. I don't need a name for that, because this is the name. Oh, I need to comma that. And then we'll say message is a function. What does that receive? Message, just message. And then of course initialize connection. Or initialize, it would just be is a function that looks like this. It's kind of a weird order, isn't it? Let me put the else down here. Check if there is a socket. Right, and then this will say, so on open will be this dot open. Great. Where's, there it is. This dot yeah, I think I just do it like that. This dot open, and then on error is this dot error, and then I guess I should start with a connection, which is, well, right now, null. Well, actually, let's put this here. Why not? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's just null that for now. Got error, got functions for that and that and that. Connection dot on message would hook up to a function called message. Actually, let's call that receive, and I gotta do this thought because that's how it works. I need semicolons because that's how this works. Receive. Yeah, so I can say that all this is what goes in here. And then I'll just delete this function because it's in the way. So now when we say initialize, when the document initializes, then we can say connection.initialize, which we'll call the initialize function on connection, which we defined earlier than the initialize was called. But that also means that we're going to have to do connection.send. Will have to be its own function. But I think actually what I'll do is that we'll do this dot connection.send, and I'll do the JSON.stringify in here, data. So now whenever I need to do a connection.send, like here, then I don't need to put the JSON stringify here. I just send it a little object of data that it needs to send. And that will also have to be changed somewhere around here. This dot connection. Hey, what's your question? This is not right. This dot send. I don't know any way to block it, because that's the only way that I would think to do it. Because yeah, if it's built into a program to open your browser to a web page, then that's the way the program's built. So unless you like, what kind of things are opening? Are you talking about like when you? I guess when you install certain things, I know they'd like to open their web pages and whatnot. Battle.net desktop app can redirect. Yeah. I mean, there's emailing the developers and telling them to not be dicks about it. But other than that, I don't think there's any way to actually block it. Because yeah. Yeah, for sure. I know some software I use, it likes to open up a browser to its web page after I install it, and it's a little bit annoying, but I don't encounter the issue enough to have any issues with it. So that's about all I know. I don't need that. Alright, so I think that should actually work. Let me just test. It does not. Okay. Yeah, no problem. That did not work. Of course it doesn't. Unexpected token. The fuck? The fuck is that? Load page is not a thing. Oh, why is it calling load page here? This should be navigation. I probably didn't need to restart that, but I restarted it anyway. Okay, so now it's got the loading. Unexpected token O in JSON at position 1. Yeah. Where would that have been? Invalid JSON, probably here. So function message. Crap. How do functions work? I swear I did this somewhere in this file that I'm looking at on my screen, and I don't know where. Oh, it wouldn't have been in this file. It would have been this file. That's why. Oh, that's rather annoying. Okay. Connection dot on open is equal to. Okay, so I do need these, but apparently I need according to the file that I've made previously, apparently I need to wrap this in a function, which is kind of awkward, but let's give this a try. Actually, I think I remember reading a description of that. I don't remember why. Actually, it's starting to make sense in my head. This should say message. So function... Screw it, I'll just give this a try anyway. Then boom. Yeah, fucked. Actually, that was super fucked. Yeah, that just failed to execute. Still in connecting state. Oh, well, that's no fun. Oh, I know why that happened. I think. Wow, did that album finally end? I thought it was longer than that. Anyways, I don't have much time left tonight anyway. Where am I looking for? When we say open, so once it's open, it loads the main page. Which load page is here. Oh, right, and it is getting to that, because that's why it's doing that. And then, apparently the connection is still in connecting state? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Navigation, yeah. Connection 5.3. Yeah, so it's called after it's told that it's actually open. So I don't know why it's not, why it's still connecting. Also, why is this not, okay. That should be saying beep boop, alarm, alarm, alarm. Function error. Let's try this then. The fuck? Yeah, that didn't do anything. Connection initialize, yeah. Right, so connection initialize, and then it goes in here, and then says on open equals this open. When does it actually open the connection? Because don't see that code. Let me look at my old file again. That would be in here. This file. Connection on message. It's like that's... Oh. That's dumb. I need a this on all these. I forgot about that. I don't know if that was the problem, but that's definitely a problem. No. Still the same thing? Yeah. That is unfortunate. This.connection.onOpen. I don't think that's gonna work worth any sort of damn. No. But I figured I'd try anyway. I want to look up the Node WebSocket. Look at their documentation again. Is this the one I use? No, that's not it. It's WS. This one here. Throw an error on invalid usage. Yeah, so API docs, WebSocket equals. Oh, right, that's a. It's a bit different because this is writing in Node. Like this is a client. I'm not trying to do a client in Node, which is a bit weird. Hey. I don't know what I'd call myself. I like to make computers do things. What did I go to college for? No, it wasn't computer science. It was computer engineering. Is actually what I went to school for. Though I don't do much of the low level stuff out of school. Sometimes I do just for fun, but usually I do pretty high level stuff. Ah, nice. Oh, that's what I was doing. Oh, yeah. And data structure, like databases? Oh, yeah. That was kind of funny because we don't really use it all that much at work. I mean, like we do. We just there's certain things we learned in school that's like, yeah, we don't do that. How to pass college? Go to class and do what? Yeah. Also, try to understand so that you know what you're doing later in life, though, too. But yeah. I wonder if I were to take this. Yep. Nope. Yeah, don't need to refresh that. Okay, that did not work either. Good to know. Error is not defined. Oh, okay. I wonder if it's... This is how I'm supposed to do it, maybe. Hopefully in a couple of years get a computer science degree and... Yeah, for sure. Oh no. That's no fun. Oof. You know, I bet this is what I was looking at earlier. I think it sucks about colleges. It's... Yeah. I mean, I think the program I went into, I learned quite a bit there. But for sure, it doesn't. Yeah, that's probably not everything. How? I need to look at my other file again. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, learning's fun. That's why I went. This dot open. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Function error. This error. Yeah. Unless it's you realizing that you're really in the wrong place, and I guess in that sense, sure. Because if you're in the wrong place, if you start taking school and then you realize you're in the wrong place, then probably don't want to stay around for that. You don't want to do stuff you hate, sort of thing. Restart that. Oh, frick. This dot open is not a function. Yeah. Yeah, that curve's a weird thing. Crap, I know what's happening here. And I hate it. I hate it so bad. Yeah. Yeah. error function. Wait, actually, let's do this error equals this dot error. This isn't the prettiest code, but I'm kind of rebelling against even uglier code, in my opinion. Wait, did this receive? Is this dot receive? Yeah. Oh, hopefully. Everybody will find in the end, I guess. Some way. This is... Holy crap, it worked. Except for this. Why did this not work? Hehe. How long did you say you're going to college so far? One year, nice. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, I guess it is the summer now. Cool. Yeah, actually, I started out in one program, and then ended up transferring to a different program. So they were both 2-year programs, so I ended up going to college for 3 years in total, which is a little bit odd, but I'm glad I switched because I really wasn't happy where I was. Why is there a semicolon there? There shouldn't be a semicolon there. Right, so the themes are not loading, which may be caused by that. This dot send is not a function. I believe it is. Oh, this is the fucking this, isn't it? This send is equal to this dot send. This send is not a function. Oh my god, where's the scope? Typing in languages that no. Typing in languages I don't understand. Oh, is it the try? Is it the other try? I just had a better idea for that code that I hated. Oh, wait, do I need to restart this? This send's not. What the fuck? Why? What are you doing? It very much is a function. Thank you very much. Super is equal to this. I think I can do this instead. This might look a little bit cleaner. Let me just test. Nope, didn't work. Back to that ugliness. Oh, maybe if I that is equal to this. I think it just didn't like my variable name. Error during action processing. Cannot use in operator. That's on the server. Okay, so that is good to know. I can say that is equal to this here. Wait, can I? Oh, wait, let me remove these ugly messes. Oof. Yeah, so that is equal to this. That should be right. And then here I'll say that dot send. Hey, that worked. That worked very well. Okay. I'm gonna step away for a minute and use the washroom. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Let me commit this code now that I did something right. What should I say? Started moving connect file into navigation, connection, and initialize. Initialize. That is a hard word. I guess I should stage everything. Now, there's still quite a bit to clean here, and it's mostly in here. Yeah, because I want this to be, well, actually this here would be a function on its own in here. So, here, I'll do function load page load page details, and it will receive data. Load page details. Oof. It's kind of weird jumping out of the class to do that. So I think that should... Oh, that's what I did. I mean, also in US mode for some reason. That should still work or not. Cannot use in operator to search for content in undefined. Right, so content, data, and data path key. Actually, where was that? Connection at 43. Oh, well, that's not useful. Var data is equal to JSON parse message data. Wait, that is so an array. Why is that not an array anymore? Alert message. Object message event. JSON stringify message is right. That's not helping me. Message data. Okay, so it is. Wait. Alert message data. Yeah, it's JSON. Which means this should be an object. So is it this that's breaking? Alert high 1. Alert high 2. And alert high 3. There's an extra thing there. So high 1, high 2, and then high 3. Okay, so it's somewhere else. It might be this. Alert high 4. Alert high 5. That doesn't make any sense at all, does it? High 1, high 2, high 3. Cannot use in operator to search for content in undefined. Oh, so it's in here. Data is not undefined. Data is absolutely undefined because I forgot to send it along. Did those two hooligans go to bed already? There we go. That page did not wash its butt. That page never washes its butt. Right, so now that's the navigation. So that already made this it's a little bit cleaner in this file. Because now that's all gone. But this is still I'm not going to want every single thing here. But that, I think, sounds like a problem for another time. into its own function. Because I'll probably do something like I did on the server side, where it checks if there's a page. Associated with the data that came back from the WebSocket, and if there is, then it will actually it would need to check if there's a script and load that script, and then go from there to let that figure out what action needs to be taken, so that each page has its own different initialization script and whatnot. But clearly my brain is just potato for the night. So I'm going to bring the stream to an end. Yeah, I think I can leave those open for now. So I will exit this. I can close all that. Shut that down. Okay, OneDrive, go away. Oh, that's the wrong password. I typed the password from my other server. And then I'm gonna grab my earbuds for one. Because on Wednesdays I like to just close up the stream with the video that I just exported, just to make sure it works, and also just play the song one more time. And I prefer to do that with my earbuds in. There we go. So. I guess I can turn down the volume a bit. So yeah, that's gonna bring the stream to an end. So thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, chatting, saying hi, asking questions, all this stuff. I am streaming this Saturday, because it is the 2-hour album challenge. And I'm definitely available for that. So that'll be about 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and then stream for a couple hours, make some music on that 2-hour time limit. And it's not something I usually do, making music on stream, just because it's kind of tricky to do so. Yeah. But that's all I have, so I'll see you around, and have a good life.